What's up, everybody? We are Three Doors Down, and you're watching Fuse on Demand. Get it when you want it.
I can't tell you how many guys I walked up to who totally bailed on us and just kind of looked at them and like took them aside at a bar or something and just was like, whoops. Oh, yeah. We wanted to be a big famous rock and roll band. Our fights are epic.
Everything happened just the way it had to get us here.
We were humbled because we realized how hard it was to succeed. We grew up very privileged.
Are you gonna ask us where the name comes from?
Cut.
Hey guys.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Jesse.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Adam.
What's going on?
Please sit down. Adam and Jesse, you are on the record with Fuse. You comfortable?
What a big chair. Can I put my feet on it?
You can do anything you want to do.
Nice shoes.
Thanks, brother.
Very, very nice shoes.
How's it going?
It's going good.
So, 15 years since the first gig.
Probably more than that. Probably 20 years or so since we played our first gig.
God,
as
no way.
13-year-olds, you know. Almost.
We're 31 now.
So it couldn't be 20 years.
No, I'm not good at math, obviously.
But close. How do you keep the vibe and the relationships together between you guys?
We all have differences. I mean, Jesse and I are best friends, and we couldn't be more different. I think that the key to a healthy relationship with your band is definitely give people their distance, let people be who they're going to be. Of course, criticize it in a nice way. Everyone has to be kept in check, you know, and I think that we all definitely do that.
How is he kept in check?
We just yell at him a lot.
They beat the shit out of me. I mean, listen, we all have our little quirks and issues, you know, and I think that obviously nobody's perfect. I think that we're all really diplomatic about making each other feel good and could do it even more, I think. So.
Yeah, you look good today.
You look delicious. See?
That's awesome. You guys, have you ever almost broken up? Had a big fight where you had to separate
we
for
fight.
a couple of days?
Our fights are epic.
Not as much anymore. I think we used to
Yeah.
fight to pass time on the road.
If you work hard enough and you're sexually frustrated enough, you will fight. End of story.
I mean, when you put it like that, then it's not just going to be yelling and pushing each other's buttons, but you start wrestling.
Exactly, and then that turns into like, cut.
So, rebounding from these fights, how's that done?
Well, we know that if we fight, it's not gonna be over. None of us are so stubborn to the point where we would actually let anything that we're really fighting about break us up.
So, when you're 6, something happened that kind of changed your life and instilled you with a ton of confidence. Tell me the story of what happened.
I met Deepak Chopra. Just kidding. I was on a basketball team when my dad was the coach of the team. And, you know, we're 6-year-old kids. And my dad got, believe it or not, he got a technical foul, right? Which is like,
For yelling at the ref.
I don't know if you guys have been to a 6-year-old basketball game. Bad form. We were up by 1 point. The kid makes them both, so now we're down by 1. And so my dad's now responsible for us potentially losing this game. But the ball came into me, and all I'd ever do is just dribble into the left-hand corner every time, because I would never use my right hand. And I just kind of threw up the ugliest shot in the history of basketball, because it kind of like just grazed the top of the backboard and just fell in. So it was this like kind of epic, crazy moment. And my dad hit the ground, you know, like bowing in servitude because he couldn't believe that I saved his ass. And maybe subconsciously that triggered something in my personality. I was a really shy kid. So that got rid of that really quickly.
Was he popular in school?
Kinda.
We were all kind of the same. I think when we joined the band, we kind of became popular.
Kara's Flowers.
Yeah.
Wait, who's this Kara who you guys were all crushing on and named a band after? And
This girl, we loved her, man. I don't know, we brought her flowers one day and started our band that day.
when you name a band after the girl, is it flattering to her, or is she like, this is kind of stalkerish? You guys like leave it?
No, I think she liked it. And we stayed friends all throughout high school.
Did anybody ever actually close the deal with this girl, or not really?
No, are you kidding me? We were 15-year-old
I mean, like,
dorks. We were so lame.
But then you get 16, 17, you get signed as
How?
Kara's Flowers.
Well, of course, I mean, I think I made out with her.
How did you manage to get a record deal.
This was amazing. It was like straight out of a fairy tale storybook thing. We recorded our first demo tape ever at Room 222 Studios.
Amidst all the other stuff.
So that very night, with our fresh tape, we went out to play a beach party in Malibu, and a producer was walking his dog along the beach and heard us playing. Came up
So
and said,
stupid sounding.
Can we?
What's that sound?
Yeah, exactly. Totally. Do you guys have a demo
Seriously,
tape?
it was like, do you have a demo tape? I want to go into the studio with
The
you.
next
like
day,
literally,
we-
like the only thing he was missing was like cigar.
Karis Flowers has one sound and one vibe. You guys go to college in New York and discover hip hop and R&B.
Ish.
Well, go to college-ish.
Yeah.
The real story is I was madly in love with this girl, Jane, and I wanted an excuse to go see her because she was going to be at a college, Oberlin in Ohio. So I was like, college. I'll go to college. Normally this wouldn't fly. However, we chose the most ghetto college you could possibly go to. We emailed at the place and we're like, hey, we want to come to college. This is a week before class started, you guys. And they're like, yeah, sure, come on down. Five Towns College, Dix Hills, Long Island. We drove cross country to New York to go to college. Of course, on the way, stopping in Oberlin to say hello to the girl I was chasing after who didn't really like me that much. So we get to New York, and we are staying at the state SUNY Farmingdale dorms. We're the only white people there, pretty much. So we knew about hip hop, we're from LA, you know, but there were things that we heard for the first time in a certain context that was very special. And we both thought at the time we wanted to be a jam band and we wanted to play, you know, noodly rock and roll music. But then we were like, wow, like it seems like rock and roll is kind of over. It seems like the new rock and roll is this music. And I think that's eventually what led to our success, which was our kind of desire to shake things up. And we wanted to be an R&B group.
You were already signed in the music business, and you took a guitar class. What was the grade?
I got an F. I got a lot of Fs, man.
How could you get an F in guitar class?
Because my teacher was kind of a dickhead. Like, no,
You
I'm
blamed
saying,
it on
no, no,
him.
no. I stopped going. Let me tell you why I blame it on him. I don't
What's
blame.
his name?
His name is. I'll never forget him. Never forget you. And here's why I'm mad at you. Okay? Because you f***ed me. Where are you? Where is he? You f***ed me. Here's why you f***ed me. I came to him before the end of the semester and I was like, hey man, I'm clearly failing your class. Like, what can I do? And he was like, you know what, man, it's cool. Like, I'm gonna give you like a C or C minus, but you just gotta show up the rest of the classes. You got like 10 more classes. Didn't miss one more class. Did well on my final exam, whatever that was. Give me a F. And that's f***ed up. I did those things and he still failed me. I think that's punk.
As a guitar player, are you good enough that you deserve, what, an A?
I think so. I think Adam deserves
Hell
an A.
yeah, I deserve an A. I made a life out of it. But some of it that I heard was just felt like it left me feeling very gross. Like I wanted to take a shower.